You know, in life, you gotta be strong. You must be strong or else you're gonna be bullied. You're gonna be pushed around. You're gonna be told what to do because the world is not nice. Yeah. People bully people that are weaker than them. Yeah, people do that. I'd rather have my child be a bully than be bullied. I'm sorry. I don't care how you take it. I'd rather have my child be the strong one than be the bully. Because have you ever seen a bullied boy? Oh. You don't want your man to be bullied. I mean, one of my brothers used to be bullied. Like my direct older brother. He was bullied by his friend. I was traumatized. Because I knew my brother was not strong. Like, if something happened to me, there's nothing I can run to. My other friends had brothers. Like, my friend's older brother used to bully my older brother. And I saw that. And he'd tell him he would say nasty things to me. He would insult our mother. I would be there watching and I cannot do anything. And he can't do anything because he's scared. Because he was bullied and it was obvious. All of his friends started bullying him and I saw that. Well, none of them can talk to me now. None of them. Anyway. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Clap your hands, everybody. You know, this is your favorite stuff. Here we bash everybody. We aren't bashing anybody today. We bash South Africa usually. They get very upset. They think everybody on YouTube lives in South Africa. Anyway, this is not about South Africa. Nigerians don't like it when you bash them. They call you Mumu. You're Mumu. I think Mumu hurt. What the hell is Mumu? Mumu.
Caliboy, now Mumu too much.
Oh God, find something else. Kenyans don't mind when you bash them. Ugandans have no problem. Malians, you know, yeah, family. We family, okay? The bottom line is it's not about bashing, okay? We talk about Africa in all aspects of it. If you're looking for good news about Africa, you're at the right place. You want to talk to a brother? You want to listen to somebody that sounds like your cousin? I'm not your cousin, though. Careful. I'm just kidding. I'm your cousin. You're at the right place, brother, okay? So thank you very much. Your first time, my name is Zack. I appreciate you. Click on subscribe button so we can kill this. Let's make this much bigger, okay? Great. So today we are talking about Mali. Here's Mali. Mali, something really, really, really drastic is happening. We're also going to talk about Ghana. In Ghana, they unalived people. Really bad. We're going to talk about that. Okay, this is Mali. Here's a map. Now, Mali is part of the 3 countries that have pushed forward. Okay, why are we talking about Mali today? We're talking about Mali today because the Malian government has decided to build an industry of armament. Congratulations. Clap your hand, brothers. Yes, the Malians are going to rather be assembling armament, weaponry, guns in their country. No more exporting or importing rather from another country.
En vue de consolider les acquis opérationnels de 2024 et envisager d'autres succès, le processus d'équipement des forces armées et de sécurité se perfectionnera en 2025 avec la mise en place d'une industrie militaire. Nous travaillons activement à l'installation d'usines d'armement avec des unités d'assemblage d'armes individuelles et collectives.
Okay? Like I was saying earlier, you better be the bully than be bullied. You better have the muscles and be the guy with the, you come here, pass here. I remember one day I went with my brother to an office, like a ministerial office or something. And at the time I looked quite stocky and stuff, and I was well dressed and stuff. They asked my brother to get out. They say, hey, you, go sit outside. They didn't even know who I was. They're like, sir, you come forward. I know there was a combination of things. There was the muscles, there was the suit I was wearing that looked really clean and stuff. So you need to have that strength. When it comes to international, it refers to how powerful you are. So people will always judge you based on how you look. And how you look sometimes reflects, and people at least think reflects how powerful you are. So Mali has realized that most African countries are bullied because they have no weapons. They don't have the means. They have to order from somebody. They are controlled by somebody. So Assimi Goïta is this guy, okay? Good looking man. No, okay, not so good looking. Let's not exaggerate. Okay, he's a cool guy. Assimi Goïta announced his desire to provide the country with construction factory, or rather weapon assembly factories. At this stage, it is a project of the Malian transitional president, has only revealed a few details. So no details on who's going to come to install this, factory of assembling weapons. No details on nothing. Let me just put it for you this way, okay? Some countries in Africa assembles vehicles, In South Africa, they assembled Mercedes, C-classes, and BMWs at a cheap price. No, I'm not sure about BMW. I think Mercedes and a VW at Eastern Cape. They assemble this stuff. They send the car back to Germany. Why? Because it's cheaper to do it in South Africa than to do in Germany. So it's cheaper to pay a South African worker than pay a German worker for the same job. So they do that. Rwanda also assembled some cars, I believe. Now, these people are going to be assembling not cars, but weapons. And it's for them. It's nobody else's. They give them the technology, they buy the technology, and they assemble the weapons and the stuff in the country. Now, he says in the view of them, in 2025, the country must be powerful. Now, why does Mali need assembling weapons? Let's get to that for context. These three countries here, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, okay? These are the three superstars of Africa right now. Why? Because they were colonized by the French. Is that the reason why the superstars? No, because they've kicked out the French, unlike many African nations. Okay, how did they kick out the French? French people signed a contract with them after colonialism. You know, they colonized Africans, beat them up, throw them around and stuff like that. Teach them how to speak English by force. If you don't speak English, you're stupid. Now, throw your home language, don't speak your mother's tongue, don't believe in your ancestors or anything else, or those religion, it's witchcraft. Don't help your family because that is not what God wants for you. That's what they taught these Africans. Now, in these countries, most French-speaking African countries, they speak French really, really well. Now, if you don't sound like a Frenchman, they say you're stupid. Then forget that you can be intelligent in Swahili. You can be very intelligent in Zulu. You can be very intelligent. Okay, not about Zulu. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, come on, let's get proof. You can be intelligent in any African language. Just because you don't speak French fluently doesn't mean you're stupid. Now, these three countries have kicked out the French because French were taking over the control of the country. Economically, politically, they even chose the president. Not officially. If you're a president, they don't quite like you. They're going to do anything they can to unalive you. But nobody talks about that. Anyway, so they said, we don't want you anymore in our country. We're going to run our country the way we want it. Kicked out the French. Now, there was a lot of session of gaslighting. Yeah, we've helped you. You are ungrateful Africans. It's because of us that you still have a country and stuff like that from the French. Now, they didn't budge.
One part was our commitment to fighting terrorism since 2013. We were right. I think some have forgotten to say thank you, but that's okay. It'll come in time. I'm in a good position to know that ingratitude is a disease that cannot be transmitted to humans. But I say this for all the African governments who have not had the courage, in the eyes of their public opinion, to bear it. None of them would be in a sovereign country today if the French army had not been deployed in this region.
So, these countries, 1, 2, 3, as you can see here, were pushed away by these other countries. These other countries are called the ECOWAS countries. It's a bunch of West African countries that come together for supposedly economical relationship. But the bottom line, these groups of people, the ECOWAS group of people, is sponsored by the European Union. Just think about it. An African group of countries that supposedly working for African interests are sponsored, aided by the European Union. Do you think they're going to be working for the interests of Africans or the interests of the Europeans? Now, these three countries say, no, we are not playing that game. We rather be hungry and take care of our people than be with you people who are selling your own countries. Now, they don't get along with these countries. These countries have accused Benin. Can you see this country? This is Benin. And Nigeria. Yes, my Nigerian people. Why do you say Nigeria? Is it Nigeria or Nigeria? Okay, anybody. They've accused Nigeria, they've accused Benin and some other countries of hosting French special forces with the goal of toppling them because they have toppled the government that was pro-Europe. Okay, so they believe that the French soldiers are stationed in some of these countries here with the goal of they're waiting for an opportunity to jump in. These are special force. They will just go unalive the president and that's it. Put the puppet and back to normal. Now, they've closed the border to these other countries. Now, the best way to protect themselves is what? You need to have weapons. Now, the weapons cannot be coming from Russia or China all the time. They get weapons from Russia and Turkey. Now, they've decided, let us build our own weapons. What else have they done? They have made, usually when you travel, right? You go to a next country. For some of you who travel, because I know a lot here don't like buying passport, especially people from Southern Africa. I say Southern Africa. Don't like buying passport. Why don't you like buying passport? Buy a passport, dude. Go see what's happening out there. Go see what matoke is. You know what matoke is? Go eat matoke. Go eat posho. Actually, posho looks like some of the in Zimbabwe it's called saja. I think saza or something. In South Africa it's called pap. It's the same thing. Go see, but Ugandan girls have nice butts. But so you might okay. Let's get back on track. These countries here push these other countries because they don't like their vibe. Okay, because these countries get money from Europe. They don't want them. Therefore, they said we don't want anything to do. So congratulations to Assimi Goita of this beautiful country. Congratulations to him for doing such a tremendous work, and it's amazing. You know, now these three countries, like I said to you earlier before I got lost in my thoughts, you know, when you make a phone call, usually it costs you a lot of money, but now it won't cost you as much money as it used to cost before in the past. Why? They've made the calls between Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger as local calls, no more roaming. So it's like one country. They've come into a federation. Now they're helping each other in terms of aliment, food and stuff. They're helping each other. And I can tell you today, brothers, these are the only brotherly African countries. I mean, Africans like to call each other brother. My brother, my brother. How am I your brother? I mean, you don't like me. You don't really like me because you sell me to the enemy. These are the only brotherly countries in Africa. Why? Because when ECOWAS tried to attack this country here in Niger, all of them came together. They say, if you dare to attack them, you're going to be declaring war against us. That's when they back down. So Mali is going to be building weapons, assembling weapons. And that weapons is not just for Mali. Obviously, Burkina Faso will profit from it, and Niger will profit from it. Congratulations to them. And now we are going to Ghana. Okay, fellas. Now, in Ghana, something really, really drastic has happened. What has happened in Ghana? Soldiers have unalived at least 7 people in a gold mine in southern Ghana, West Africa. Yes, Ghana. Ghana is a lovely place, man. It's a nice, trust me, Ghana is different. Right? Ghana is a nice place. Lovely people, very kind. I've been to Ghana many, many times. You need to travel to Africa. See, they're very nice. I know, let me tell you something. All West Africans are not the same. If you're from the East or you're from the South, they're not all the same. I'm sorry, they're very different. Ghanaians and Nigerians are very different, okay? I'm not saying one is better than the other. Bottom line, I'm not going to say it today. Anyway, let's get back on track. Now, in Ghana, soldiers have unalived 7 people at a gold mine in southern Ghana. Ghana's armed force said on Sunday in a statement on X that around 60 illegal miners carrying locally manufactured rifle and other weapons breached a security fence at Boasi gold mining site in Ashanti region on Saturday night. The intruders fired at a military patrol deployed there, which returned fire, unaliving 7 of the illegal miners and wounding 1 of the military. Now, it's very interesting as a story. And now let's continue. What did the president say? The president has called for an investigation to determine the circumstances surrounding the shootout. Mahatma has asked Anglo Gold Ashanti, the company that owns the mine, to cover the medical expenses for the wounded and burial costs. Now, I think there are some very interesting things to see here. Okay, number one, illegal miners went into a illegal mine, with locally manufactured weapons. Apparently opened fire against military or whatever, security. Security replied and they unalived 6 of them. Number 2, rather, the president said he needs an investigation done. And number 3, he says Anglo Gold Ashanti should cover the medical expenses for the wounded and burial cost. Question is very simple. Before the investigation is done already, president has already said you need to cover the burial cost and people being wounded. Why would you get me as a company who's legal to cover the cost of people that are wounded during crime in my property and the burial? That shouldn't be for me, right? Okay, why? Because even the president doubt the circumstances of these people being unalived. Let me give you context. In Ghana, many companies come to gold, to mine, to take things. Ghana has got a lot of gold. I believe it's number 7th in the world. Gold production, very good quality. The culture of Ghanaian and gold, it's amazing. The Ashanti people, you can look at them, they wear gold. These kings wear gold. They have a lot of gold. Now, many companies, whether from Europe or China, come to Ghana and mine some of these gold. They buy land, sometimes they mine legally, sometimes they mine illegally. Now, in some of the instances, there have been water, or rather river, that nourishes people and villages in Ghana. They will throw chemicals in the river to mine gold, and the chemicals will kill all the fish in the water and render the water poisonous. Now, the water is flowing, and everybody, as you can imagine, everybody on the downside of the water is exposed to that water that is not clean anymore. So the water is not usable anymore, not drinkable anymore. Now, my question is, there's other version of the story that says that these are just the people that got very upset with these companies messing up the environment and destroying the water and the fish in the water, that have gone to this company to say, we are tired of what you're doing. And therefore, something happened and they started shooting. And obviously, somebody has to write a letter saying, well, some criminals came in here with locally manufactured rifle, they attacked us, that's why we unalive them. Now, how do we know this is the truth? That's why the president wants an investigation to be done, so they can be 100%. But in the meantime, he said, you need to look after, pay for the medicals and pay for the burials. Like, why would I do that if I didn't do anything wrong? There's no reason for me to pay for that, right? Now, I want you to use your brain. Like, what do you think really happened? Okay, fellas, in Mali, they're going to assemble weapons, they're going to build it. The strength is everything, you got to be strong. The reason why nobody's attacking Russia, because Russia has strength. The reason why they're not doing it in North Korea, because North Korea has weapons. Mali has understood that. Ghana, 6 people unalived, illegal miners. Well, if they're illegal miners, then, well, maybe they deserved it. But if they're not illegal miners, they're just human beings that were trying to revindicate something that belongs to them, then I think president should do the right thing. God bless.